一见倾心, Fall in Love is a 38-episode web drama that's being aired on the platform Youku. It is led by Chen Xingxu, Zhang Jingyi, Lin Yanjun, and it is, as the drama itself says, 民国偶像言情剧, Republic of China idol romantic drama. Hi, you're watching Avenue X, where a junkie on good storytelling shares their thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. At this point of making this video, I've watched the first 12 episodes. Surprisingly, for dramas that deserves my ranking, it actually has a rather high score. 1 gold mine / 1 landmine, for the reasons that there are actually ways to enjoy this drama. This is a love story set in Shanghai, supposedly Republic of China time, more specifically 1920s, between 2 young warlords and 1 rich girl. And you probably have noticed I used the word supposedly is because although it appeared to look like Republic of China, it really bears no resemblance to real history and any of the historical figures that actually existed at the time. There are a couple of conditions you need to fulfill before you can enjoy this drama. First, you have to go and voluntarily delete some of the memories of older dramas of similar genre, similar character setup that you've watched. Yeah, I'm talking about that one. Delete all your memory about that drama, or at least compartmentalize that. You will not be able to really fully enjoy Fall in Love if you have the interference of that drama in your head. Second, if this type of color grading and extreme brightness and insane skin smoothing is not to your liking, then you have to voluntarily ignore that. The third thing is, if you're very sensitive to voice and you understand Chinese Mandarin to some extent, then you have to voluntarily ignore that part of your cognitive ability. As all the young actresses are fully dubbed in this drama, and the people who dub them are super familiar to you if you watch a lot of Chinese dramas. 4. If you have any knowledge about the actual history of Republic of China, the city of Shanghai, what kind of living condition was really there back then for an average person, and what kind of threat to survival everybody is living under, please also delete that in your memory. That will really make it impossible for you to continue watching this drama. With all those above 4 conditions fulfilled, this drama can be enjoyable. What are the things that's actually enjoyable about this drama? Well, it was led by a group of rather good-looking people, particularly the male lead, female lead, male second. Taking out the foundation of real history and premise and what you understand would make sense for that period of time, and then only look at a couple of steps that's built upon it, then some of their actions are interesting, clever, not entirely dumb. Now let's get to the real part of this video and what you clicked open this video for. Every scene that Fall in Love has committed. First, it taught everyone a lesson. Do not trust leaked production photos. Do you still remember last year when they're filming this? Paparazzi, telescope lens, the male lead, the female lead, what they look like, and it was so good. So it gave us the illusion that this drama is gonna turn out to be the second 来不及说我爱你, and it's gonna be the hope of 2021 BG Dramaland of China. Lesson learned. Do not ever trust leaked photos. Second thing, even if you ignore the super detached reality described in this drama, right from the beginning of this drama, it started to test your capability of tolerating things that does not make logical sense. Such as our male lead decided to kill the secretary that has betrayed him by slash her throat with that tiny wound that looks like it's gonna heal in 5 seconds. And our female lead just happens to walk in when the guy is trying to hide the body under a bed, where you can actually see through the crack of the bed if you have a dead body there. So what's the point of hiding it there? While you're killing this girl in your room, you don't lock the room. And it happens to be on an ocean liner that is totally green screened. And when the girl stumbled upon this murder, our guy resolved to push her to the bed, and somehow that's gonna stop her from screaming. And then a service person was outside on the corridor and calling, "What is happening? We hear some commotion. If you don't respond, we're gonna come in." At that point, our male lead could just say, "Leave, we're fine," and that woman would be leaving. He would not say that. And at the time, our female lead could just scream for help. She didn't do it either. Why? Because somehow the drama just has to make male lead and female lead meet as soon as possible. And better to start that with pushing her onto the bed to establish their first encounter. If you can't sit through that, and it's gonna happen for quite a few times in the first 2 episodes, okay? You're not gonna be able to watch the rest of the drama. It's an obstacle for you to hop over before you can watch the later episodes where things are not that ridiculous. But if you quit at that point, don't want to watch this drama anymore, I would not blame you. Third thing, dubbing. Let's just get into the absolute horrendous mess of dubbing of this drama. First, it's not a very finely produced dubbing work. But I wouldn't blame the dubbing actors, they probably don't get paid a lot. I am very sensitive to human voices. Chen Xianxu is dubbed by the same dubbing actor who dubbed Wen Kexing. Zheng Jingyi is dubbed by the actress who dubbed Gu Xiang. Lin Yanjun is dubbed by the voice actor who dubbed Wang Ziqi in both Imperial, Coroner, and Once We Get Married. Imagine Wen Kexing pushing Gu Xiang to the bed and he is fighting the affection from her against Xiao Jingyu in Imperial Coroner and Yin Sicheng in Once We Get Married. What a freaking mess. I just turned away for a second. I hear the voice coming out of my iPad in my brain. That is what I see. I see Zhou Ye and Gong Jun and Wang Ziqi's face playing this drama in my head. Can you imagine how awful that is? And how weird that configuration of characters is. And I know this doesn't work on everyone, but if you suffer the same thing as I do, my condolences. I understand that fully. Fourth thing, although it claims to be Republic of China setting, obviously it's not based on real history, but even in terms of props and looks and costumes and everything, it just doesn't look like the time at all. It's so roughly made. Look at Male Second's hairstyle. If you are really a young Marshall, as you are at the time, there's no way you're gonna wear that hair. You either have a buzz cut or you have so much hair product put in to keep the hair in shape. And particularly that one strand of hair that just sits out throughout the whole thing. So it's definitely not accidental. They designed that one strand of hair. Like, what the heck is that? And that is only on the superficial level of things. When you consider the overall tone of this drama, it is not just laughable, it is a bit heartless for them to pick that period of time and then write a super rosy, romantic, happy story. In the particular time where life is just at hell mode. One of the worst time in China's history to be reincarnated in, if you have a choice, like before you come to this world, when you're picking what time and place and I'm gonna incarnate into. You know, Mingguo China is like red zone. Don't enter. Enter for tragedy only. The drama's overall tone is just so far away. Right from the title song. It is so focused on this tiny personal feeling love story of, oh, the memory is beautiful and, you know, our encounter is this and that, and it's all just so sweet, and all those lyrics. Really? In 1920s China, when everything is pretty f***ed up? It's just funny how everybody is set up. The drama has so many 少帅. 少 means young, 帅 means marshal or commander-in-chief. However you translate that, it's a military term. And this drama has 4 of them. Do you know how rare a military man back then can be called 少帅? How many 帅 are there really in Chinese history? These days when you talk about 少帅 of Republic of China, the person that comes immediately to your mind is Zhang Xueliang. Okay, he's the known 少帅. Those lesser known ones, there aren't that many. You can't have a city of Shanghai and having 4  少帅of 4 different armies. And they are together as friends, like the F4 of Shanghai. And they go out dressed in uniforms of different colors because they belong to different armies. And the rich girls, whoever they are, okay, the young girls of Shanghai, are like fangirls. They would literally scream and waving their whatever. And oh my god, he comes out, oh, you're so good looking, look at me. Republic of China, a shitty time to live. Different political powers are at odds with each other. Warlords are constantly killing cities, making commoners' life a hell. You have 国民党 Nationalist Party, you have Communist Party, and there's constant power struggle. You have foreign powers trying to come in and invade. You have Japanese threat. You have all the other like French concessions and different powers, whatever. It's a mess of time. Anybody who lived at that time, no matter if you are high society people or low society people, it's pretty shitty in every way imaginable. And if you've watched the 来不及说我爱你, you know, you just like cannot take this drama in any way serious, and you constantly laugh at it, not because its own comedy is funny, it's because the story's overall premise is in itself an insult to the real history that it was supposedly to be setting, and therefore it becomes super funny. So that probably is the biggest sin that this drama has committed. Other things such as like really low quality production and not taking it seriously at all when they do the work, all that. And particularly if you look at a couple of us supporting roles, how they walk, how they talk, how they do the gunfighting shots. It's so funny. I don't take it seriously. You can't. If you're a rational human, you can't. I'm pretty sure the entire production, from producer to writer and director, they know what kind of crappy stuff they have in their hands, and I trust that the actors know that too. They're not stupid. I think they intentionally made it look even more ridiculous. They decided to go for this kind of color, super skin smooth, which if you don't want it to look like that, you can reduce it significantly with post-production these days, okay? I mean, I can make it look better on my own home computer, so with their magic ability these days, I don't see why they can't do it. I have the feeling they intentionally did it because they know the story itself is crappy, the premise is totally does not make sense, and people are gonna rant about it anyway. So might as well just make it even more ridiculous with the color grading and the skin smoothing so that people would focus their fire at that and ranting about how stupid it looks, therefore not really pay too much attention about the other bigger sins it has committed. Or, since it's already a shitty drama, might as well 黑红也是红. People would want to rant about it because of how bad it is, therefore it gets a little bit more traffic. Then say, you tried to rescue this crappy story, but you can't quite do it, and then people are still gonna rant about it, but then there aren't gonna be that many people watching it while ranting about it. So might as well have the traffic and have the hate at the same time, instead of just having the hate. Maybe that's why they did the whole skin smoothing. They literally took out the shadow of the muscle of Chen Xinxu's like eyes in some of the shots, which is just so ridiculous. I think as a drama itself, it really has no value of existence, but if anybody wants to do a comparative study, any kind of serious academic study about the history of entertainment business in China, or a history of Chinese television series starting from day one to now, and looking at how things change and what are the factors that plays into why things are the way they are today. If any of those academic people, you know, are looking for resources, this drama can serve a purpose. Case study of their thesis. In a way, we can feel sympathy for the actors talking nonsense and performing under the premises that doesn't make sense and still somehow have to make it work. They get paid, so I wouldn't feel sorry about them, but then I cringe and I dig out a castle with my toes on my carpet while I watch this type of thing, feeling, thank heavens, I wasn't given the appearance and body and face of a pretty actress. If I ever seeked a career in that business, I would not want to end up with this kind of script and having to be forced to play it because I need to make a living. What a pain that would be. Instead, I can sit here watching the snow fall in the window and then rant about crappy dramas and have fun with it. And have fun with you people. And make a little bit ad money on YouTube. That seems to be a better choice overall. That would conclude my rant and first impression on the drama Falling in Love. Honestly, I would actually continue watching it just to see how far it goes and how many ridiculous scenarios is gonna come up and see the beautiful actors and actresses get tortured by the stupid plot and how they play it out. In that sense, life continues to deliver us fun, surprise, and enjoyment. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.